hotel workers and various other people, and we're working on it right now, and Ron's going to be involved, and you're involved already. So we have a lot of cases where ICE will go into a farm, and these are guys working there for 10, 15 years, no problem. The farmers know them. We're going to put, it's called farmer responsibility or owner responsibility, where they're going to be largely responsible for these people. And they know these people. They've worked on the farms for 15 years, and all of a sudden so I have a great, Ron does, Christy does, we have a great feeling for the farmer and for others in the same position. And we're going to give them responsibility for people.
So when we're looking at these ICE raids, which is really just masked white supremacists rounding up people that they hate.
So our president is saying we should go back to a form of modern day slavery?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we break down the biggest stories shaking America and beyond. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and a huge shout out to all our subscribers, old and new. If you're here for the first time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We also want to acknowledge and appreciate the amazing journalists, independent creators, and local community reporters whose footage, research, and courage make it possible to tell these important stories. We see you and we thank you. Today's topic is one of the most shocking we've covered in a while, a comment from former President Donald Trump that many are calling a throwback to America's darkest days. During a recent trip to Florida, Trump dropped a line that has ignited a firestorm across the country. And honestly, people are calling it nothing short of modern-day slavery rhetoric. So grab a seat, because we're diving deep into exactly what happened, why it matters, and how Americans are reacting right now.
Finding some way to get farm workforce and service sector workforce. And I think you've discussed somehow a program of people leaving on a sponsorship and coming right back. Can you give us a little more detail about that and why, in the view of some hardliners, it's not amnesty?
Take care of our farmers and hotel workers and various other people, and we're working on it right now, and Ron's going to be involved, and you're involved already. So we have a lot of cases where ICE will go into a farm, and these are guys working there for 10, 15 years, no problem. The farmers know them. We're going to put, it's called farmer responsibility or owner responsibility, where they're going to be largely responsible for these people. And they know these people. They've worked on the farms for 15 years, and all of a sudden so I have a great, Ron does, Christy does, we have a great feeling for the farmer and for others in the same position. And we're going to give them responsibility for people. And we're going to have a system of signing them up so they don't have to go. They can be here legally. They can pay taxes and everything. They're not getting citizenship, but they get other things. And the farmers need them to do the work. Without those people, you're not going to be able to run your farm.
All right, as a white person, I got a message to all my white people. If you hear someone use the words, well, they'll just have owner responsibility farms, they're talking about slavery. It is your white ass duty to knock them out. I'm not kidding. I'm not. Weaponize your white privilege, okay? You need to, especially as white women. I'll explain a situation. It was a white man in Auburn, a white boy. He called this black girl the N-word. The moment at least, the cops come, white woman tears won out over angry white frat boy. That won't always happen, but what I am saying is up to knock them out.
Growing up in a small white town surrounded by all white people, I know how they think, and I know what they say. So when we're looking at these ICE raids, which is really just masked white supremacists rounding up people that they hate and talk about at their family gatherings, they say the words, they call them the names. And then we have the President of the United States suggesting at Alligator Auschwitz, farmers can have owner responsibility over other human beings. That's slavery. That is the federal government co-signing and stamping for slavery in the United States in 2025. This isn't anything new. I'll be 45 in August. That's not that old to remember going to school with and knowing people from my hometown that are racist as fuck. The town I come from is a sundown town. That tells you everything you need to know. And these people voted for Donald Trump because this is passed down from line to line to line. Their great-great-grandfathers were the leader of the Klan. So it's not surprising. It's not surprising to me that when they voted to make America great again, they all knew what that meant. And yes, this is what they voted for because they don't care. They don't see anybody with a lower income status, a skin color that they don't like. They don't see those as equal. They don't see those people on an even base, on an even playing field. They're lesser humans. And whatever think tank was behind the Heritage Foundation and Project 2025 knows this and used this. I believe this is a psychological experiment that will be studied for years to come. And you know, it just doesn't seem right for me to be out here staining my fence while people are rounded up to be put in concentration camps. It's fucking me up in the head.
So let's set the scene. Trump visited Florida to inspect a new ICE holding facility nicknamed Alligator Alcatraz. This controversial center was designed to detain undocumented migrants before deporting them, and it's already been under intense scrutiny for its harsh conditions and overcrowding. While there, Trump took questions from reporters. One major question on everyone's mind was about the economic fallout from the mass deportations. You see, states like Florida, Nebraska, Ohio, and Texas have seen their farms literally shut down because migrant laborers, many of them undocumented, have either been arrested by ICE or gone into hiding out of fear. When a reporter asked Trump if he was concerned about these farms shutting down and what that meant for the food supply and the economy, his response shocked the entire nation. Trump talked about ownership responsibility by handing them over to farmers. It was like he was referring to fellow humans as someone's property. Let's pause for a second. By referring to migrant workers as the property or responsibility of their owners, Trump used language that painfully echoes the days of slavery in America, when black people were legally considered property and forced to work under brutal conditions for white landowners. This comment didn't just cross a line, it bulldozed right through it. The racial undertones. This is especially disturbing considering that most of these farm owners are white, while the workers are overwhelmingly people of color, mainly from Latin American countries. Trump's choice of words sparked instant outrage because it implied a master-servant dynamic that many thought was long gone. Nationwide backlash. Activists, civil rights leaders, farm worker unions, and even some Republican lawmakers were quick to condemn Trump's statement. Social media exploded. Immigrant rights groups are calling for protests, and some are even demanding that Trump be barred from future political office for inciting racial hatred and using dehumanizing rhetoric. Some analysts believe Trump made this comment deliberately to fire up his base, appealing to hardcore anti-immigrant voters as the election season heats up. But it's a gamble that could alienate moderates and further polarize an already divided country.
So our president is saying we should go back to a form of modern-day slavery? Yeah, I try to stay out this political shit long enough, but it is getting absolutely out of hand. The fact that the president of the United States is saying that, hey, instead of deporting the migrants, we're going to take them and don't give them citizenship, and then while not giving them citizenship, we're going to make them work the farms because, you know, that's what they're good at. But while working the farms, the owner of the farm is who is now responsible and holds ownership to these humans. And we're calling it owner responsibility instead of what it is, which is modern day slavery. Are we serious right now? All of the shit he has currently done, we're going to continue this? Really? I can't wait until it's you. I can't wait until the shoe is on the other foot and it's your family. I can't wait till the shoe is on the other foot and one of your people end up at one of these camps. Because this is fucking ridiculous. Now, this is out of hand. And the fact that more people aren't talking about this, I can only imagine where we're headed. I can only imagine where we're headed next. And this is fucking America.
The President of the United States suggested slavery as an option as far as how to handle undocumented migrants who are currently working on large farms. And the owner of the farm will have responsibility over those people and will be keeping track of those people. And those people are not allowed to get citizenship or go home. These are people that have been here for 15, 20 years, have been working on these farms, and have been working toward getting citizenship a lot of the time. And I can't believe we live in this and that this is happening. I can't believe this is happening, to be honest. I never would have ever thought people would just do this again, like this openly.
Now, the big question, what does this all mean for America? Are we witnessing the normalization of dehumanizing language that echoes our country's most shameful chapters? Or is this just another outrageous headline that will fade away in a week or two? I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think Trump truly believes these words, or was this just a calculated shock tactic to energize certain voters? And what do you think this means for farm workers and food security moving forward? Please jump into the comments. I read them all, and I'm always blown away by how thoughtful and insightful you all are. Let's keep this conversation going because silence in times like these is not an option. If you found this breakdown helpful or eye-opening, please smash that like button. It really helps us reach more people and keeps this channel going. Share this video with your friends, family, coworkers, anyone who needs to understand what's really going on beyond the headlines. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss these deep dives into the stories that matter most. Finally, a huge thank you again to all the independent creators, community organizers, whistleblowers, and journalists working tirelessly to bring us the truth. Your work is priceless. Stay safe, stay informed, and remember, we all have a responsibility to stand up for each other, especially in times like these. See you next time.